Okay, so we're all here. If you're looking to become a point guard in NBA 2K22, you're probably trying to figure out which one of these skill breakdowns is best and how can I make the best point guard possible. Well, as a coach and trainer myself, some of the things that we really want to focus on is, of course, finishing, shooting, and playmaking. Defense is extremely important, but we can I'm going to say defense is one of the most important in real life, but in 2K22, it's important, but guess what? There are bigger and better things that we can really do. So number 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is going to give you playmaking ability. It's going to give you finishing ability, shooting ability at a high level. And when we start going down into defense, we can start seeing that lateral quickness is in the 70s, which is good. We can also see perimeter defense in the 70s is also really good. Steal is at a 79. This is going to be probably one of the best builds that you can make. Now, when it comes to a point guard, what is the best physical profile? Are we looking to be higher vertical, or higher strength, stronger strength, or the agility getting between players? And in my own personal opinion, it's going to be agility number 1. So that's going to give you more speed, more acceleration, and that's going to allow you to be able to get in between players. And personally, when it comes down to it, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, technically 4 down. That's going to give us vertical, acceleration, and speed. The trifecta. Strength is good, but not necessarily all the time with a point guard. Now, when we start looking at these, what's more important right now? Well, we have a shooting man. We have somebody who is really good at playmaking. So, of course, we are a point guard. Let's really max out our passing accuracy, our ball handling. We really want to really boost up our badge upgrades to as high as we can. We just got 21 playmaking badges from that. Next, I personally love to jack up threes in this game, and we are going to be maxing out as far as we can our three-point shot. Mid-range shot, in my opinion, is also extremely important, mainly because with the mid-range, if you're having a bad shooting game, you can kind of take a couple of shots closer, and you can then jack up 2 or 3 closer mid-range shots, get back to the three-point line, and start draining those shots. And of course, if we're going to be making a shooting point guard, we really want to max out every single one of those stats when it comes to shooting. Now, driving layup. Are we going to be hitting layups? Yeah. So let's get our close shot, our driving layup good. Let's also we could try driving dunks, see if we can get some badges there, and we do. Now, post hook, to some people may say, well, we don't really need that. And well, guess what? You're going to be driving quite often when it comes to a point guard position, and post hook, you can be driving and, of course, still put up a hook shot. So that's going to be extremely important. We could do driving dunk. We can see how many badges we get there. But remember, we're not going to be really doing a ton of that. So when it comes down to it, we can get 7 badges in finishing, or we can get 8. Personally, what's the max we can do? 9? Well, let's see. How many more badge upgrades can we get? Well, we got 42 attributes upgrades remaining. What else can we do? Well, we can look at lateral quickness. We can look at perimeter defense. What is better? In my opinion, lateral quickness is going to be a bit better. You could do that. You could kind of mix it up and do both. You can do a little bit of both. We're not going to be getting any extra badges, but this is going to help us later on in the game when we start really wanting and trying to play defense. I think that's going to be a massively solid build. We have a total of 58 badges. That is pretty strong. Now, when it comes down to it, we now need to look at our body shape. Our body shape is extremely important. I'm fat as all heck right now, but when I was a player, I was pretty solid. I was a 220 muscular player when I went down and played in the Erie Bayhawks. So, could go burly. I was more burly than anything, but this is also really not going to exactly change how your attributes go at all. So, you could go slight. Personally, compact is good for a point guard. Solid's good. You could go burly, but yeah, it's not really worth it. So go solid. You could go really anything. Now, when it comes down to being a point guard, I'm 6'2", and I did pretty good, but that starts taking away our post control, starts taking away from our standing dunk. We can get a bit taller, and it's actually going to benefit us, oddly enough. Previous years, getting taller as a point guard actually hurt you more than anything. And we aren't taking away anything from our shooting ability until you get to 6'6". So I'm going to say the 6'5" seems to be a fairly good size in the NBA 2K22 for a point guard. We can see that it takes a little bit away from ball handling. Post control is going to be a bit higher. Everything else is higher. Standing dunk gains 11. Now, we can max this guy out to 6'8", but it really starts hurting us as a point guard. So 6'5" is okay. 6'6" is even not as good. You start really asking yourself, am I more of a finisher or am I going to be more of a shooter? Let's face it, all of us point guards like jacking up threes in NBA 2K. So this is going to be our size, 6'5". And of course, when it comes to weight, you could really max your guy out to 225, get a little bit more interior post defense, post control. You can get a little bit lighter, and it starts hurting those things. So in my opinion, you could get to 225. I personally was 220 myself when I went down to the States, but at 222, that's a good round number, I guess you could say. And when it comes to wingspan, you could go way super long. That helps your finishing by far, but it starts really hurting your shooting ability, and we don't really want to do that. We could go shorter wingspan. That starts hurting our finishing ability, and we did get some benefits from our 6'5" height. And then we can also improve our shooting with a shorter wingspan. Now, that does take away our defense, so it really comes down to how much you really want to kind of do this. But when it comes down to it, personally, we gained what we are losing in finishing, and we are gaining on shooting and gaining on ball handling. So in my opinion, that shorter wingspan might be the better option for us. Now, when we start looking at which takeover we want to do, personally, spot up shooter, shot creator, playmaker, I am the type of person myself who believes that I need to take the last shot. I'm the best player on the team. Spot up shooter is gonna be my guy. Now, when it comes down to it, who did I create? Who did we create? And we created Steph Curry, Spencer Dinwiddie, and of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This is a fantastic player. Let's test out the build. Let's see what we have essentially created. Have we created a monster or not? So we're going to try and test out 99. Let's see what we can do at 99. Now, when we start looking at the different badges that are, of course, available, we're just going to continue for now. We want to try and continue this. We want to test this build out. And we want to see how good we actually made this player. Okay, so here we are. We've got our build going, and we can see what we can do. I'm going to do a quick high cut across. I'm going to ask for that ball. I'm going to go for the shot, and of course I do miss. Now, this is the first time, actually, of me playing at all in NBA 2K22. So we're going to really test this out. We're going to see how my help side defense really is. We don't want to get inside the key. We have to remember that there is a defensive 3 seconds in the key, and oh man, I'm talking way too much. I did not play any help defense. That is my fault, even though I am not getting dinged by the point system. So we're going to try and swing around. We're going to try and see what we can do. Oh, look at this. Can I try to get open? See if I can hit a 3. Not hitting many 3s, but anyways, this is the build. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. We're going to try and take one quick drive towards the basket. And we're going to try and take this all the way to the net. We're going to try and spin off this guy. We're going to go up for the layup. And of course, Giannis got the nice rebound. He got the nice finish. Anyways, that's the end of today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.